Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of the living world of darkness rage across New York. The scene is set within the domicile of Kelly Krykos, actually, and we've been to this place once or twice before. We noticed that there's a lot of different residents here, a lot of different guests, overnight and otherwise significant others, and one-night flings. Well, not so much the one-night flings, not yet, anyways. Um, we go ahead and begin the scene with the sound of sizzling bacon. We start with the smell of grease being burned and prepared, and all that wonderful, wonderful thin slice of spiced meat lifting itself, wafting into the air, into the in the kitchen. Several of the housemates, well, one of the housemates and I guess has already stirred from their slumber and started to make a little bit of a breakfast. Some eggs, some toast, bacon, of course. No waffle maker here. We need to go ahead and fix that one. And besides that, around the house, people are still sleeping. They've had a wonderful night. They've been safely snuggled under comforters, and the other one is very much well within his wolf skin. So he does not require such luxuries. But we go ahead and begin the scene simply there.
In addition to the rest of breakfast, Maeve has made a point of brewing some coffee because, well, if you're going to wake someone up, having coffee in hand usually disarms the situation a little bit. Knowing her and Lucas's habits, they probably actually haven't slept, which is why they're up first and making breakfast in the first place. Maeve just sleeps in the afternoons anymore. So she will pour out a cup of coffee, and depending on what she's seen of Callie's habits, will apply cream,
Copious
sugar.
amounts of cream, no sugar.
Copious amounts of cream. That, very well. There's probably a massive, appropriately massive size cup, a Krynos sized cup, if you will. And that is what she's going to fill because it seems wise first thing in the morning. So she'll fill that and rap on the door gently, just kind of to see if anyone's already awake.
Amara is currently curled up on the bed. While she and Callie did originally fall asleep watching Netflix and the gift that her cousin gave them, Amara, being the sneaky little lieutenant she was, at one point during the night snuck off to get the coveted pillow comforter that Callie always hogs during the night. Right now she is in a mass of pillowy heaven, snoring just a little bit, like laid on top of Callie, sort of like with her stomach on her, and just like sort of taking up the entirety of the bed, getting her back for all the nights that Callie did the same.
Well, when no answer comes, Maeve will ever so daringly crack open the door, poke her head in, probably grin a little because, let's face it, that's adorable. She'll set the coffee down close enough to be smelled, not close enough to be knocked over if things go horribly awry. And she'll slip up on the bed and recall all those mornings where Callie thought it would be really cute to shift Hispo, pop open the freezer with her nose, stick her nose in the freezer, and then return to the bedroom to plant it in the middle of her back. Well, payback's a bitch. The blankets are gingerly nabbed, and with one swift yank, she will declare, "Morning!"
And that's when Maeve gets, something Maeve was probably not expecting, as there is a significantly different appearance body laying there in Callie's clothes, the underwear and a t-shirt. And, we'll let Maeve react accordingly, because at this point, Callie is still out.
Blink. Okay, so maybe, Jed, that's a thing, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Hey, Callie? Reach over. Nudge, nudge.
Mm.
10 more minutes.
But, hey, Callie, just tell me this is a thing that happens. Kind of like the giant wolf thing and all the other weird things. This is a thing, right? This is just a thing you do? Nudge, 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 nudge.
Gonna roll
There
over on the
is-
pillow. Mar, what the hell is she talking about?
I smell bacon.
I brought coffee? Yeah. Realizing that there's probably the usual morning complications of this particular change, she's gonna go wide-eyed again, turn bright pink, and quickly skirt out of the room. Go. Wait, is Katori poking his head out? Is he visible?
Yeah, Kotori pokes his head out of the room.
She will slip out of
There
her room.
is a plate of bacon on the floor.
Mm. He will take a dignified look at the room and then.
Callie, while laying there, not realizing that there are morning complications, is going to roll over and put a hand on top of Amara's head as Callie is slowly trying to wake up after a Thanksgiving night, which means lots of food, lots of turkey, probably considerable amount of booze.
Mara will sort of like groan and like brush her hand off. Stop. I'm kind of hungover. Gonna sit up, finally start like wiping the sleep from her eyes. When she opens them, she'll sort of go silent. What the fuck?
And outside the door, there's Katori. Katori, is this a thing?
And he just gets his head out of his bacon. What? What is it?
Callie did a thing. Tell me the thing.
I
Callie's
told
gonna
her to stop to
Callie?
punch the wall.
Callie's going to sit up, kind of rubbing
Mm.
her face. Callie did what thing?
Kotori is going to come and see what's this is all about.
Looks over at Amara.
Quick, take shelter in the kitchen. Take shelter in the kitchen. Hey, Lucas, don't move ever.
Proceeds not to move an inch, ever, again.
Well, I mean, don't burn the bacon, but other than that, don't move ever.
Shit, 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 shit.
Looks over at Amara. Running a hand through, still brown hair. What?
Is this? Are you fucking with us? Is this a werewolf thing? Because like, Amara, her several minutes. And then she gets up and she goes over to the dresser and holds out a hand mirror to Callie, still continuing to quietly.
Kotori is at the entrance of your room and he's laughing his ass off.
Callie takes the mirror, looks at it.
Please tell me this is normal. Please tell me this is just like a thing you're doing to us. Like maybe you got drunk and accidentally did a werewolf thing. God?
Callie's just going to set the mirror down very quietly, get up, and walk to the bathroom.
Amara
At which point,
over at Katori.
Lucas is going to get a glance, and a care whisper. Don't look.
Proceeds to look. You can't tell him not to look.
wrong dice. Wrong dice.
Wrong clothes for this particular situation. Wrong clothes.
Wow. Damn. Yeah, Callie's, for her size anyway, is amazing, and just walks into the bathroom, and then you just hear the door shut, and there's about a 5-second pause before there is just the sounds like a
Can we pause
tiger.
while I confirm that you just rolled for dick size?
I
that what you
rolled for how much is hanging out, as in how visible is not being properly contained. I really don't care the size.
Look,
I'm
look,
just
look, look.
the degree of how bad it is, and apparently Morningwood has completely overdone anything that Kelly normally wears.
Modesty has
That's what
been
you get for wearing
shaken.
a thong to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that ain't gonna contain shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently Amara liked thongs, and Callie wears them specifically for her, and now it's completely working against her, or him at this point, as there's just the sound of what sounds like a tiger in the bathroom, just roaring and punching a hole through the recently patched wall again.
Oh shit! Oh shit! She's pissed, guys.
Maeve is just out in the kitchen, remarking quietly to herself, "There's not enough coffee in the world for this."
Stop destroying the furniture of your daddy!
Spreading
not a thing?
butter
How did
on the
this happen?
toast. Spreading butter on the toast. Making.
Like, how did this happen? Do you guys just randomly grow dicks sometimes? Like, what happened? What what is this fuckery?
Wait a minute. Shelby, would you
Yeah.
be very nice to tell me what I sense with sense magic coming from this room?
You sure do sense magic.
Yes.
Amara is magical.
She is whimsical.
Fantastical.
You sure do. You sense magic just all over the place. You sense magic in Callie, you sense magic in the blanket,
Mhm.
you sense magic on Amara, you sense magic on basically everyone here.
Hmm. But yeah, but the blanket get my attention. Okay. Uh, he will take he will shape his vocal cords to actually be understood from the kinfolks. So, who I'm going to take a wild guess. Is the blanket new?
She looks over at the bathroom. Hey, Callie, where'd you get that blanket?
Kelly is too much indisposed.
Oh, whoops.
Someone has to get his pizza.
You hear the sounds of quiet brooding.
Yeah.
Amara looks over at Katori and shrugs. I don't know, she just kind of grabbed it last night. I figured she'd always had it.
Callie has come back out and wearing what looks to be Mega's clothes that she punched a hole. Reason she punched a hole in the wall.
Hey, Callie, where'd you get that blanket?
Yes.
Your
Where did you get that?
asshole cousin.
What? Whose cousin?
Amara just pauses. Why the fuck would you accept a gift from my cousin?
Because I thought he was a decent person.
Why
Who is
would
the
you
cousin?
think that?
She turns around and goes back into the bathroom.
Amara has started laughing really hard. She puts an arm around Katori. She accepted a gift from an Uktena Theurge.
Oh, we're talking about Rowan, huh?
Fucking bastard.
looks at Maeve. They're laughing. Everything's fine, right? Laughing is a good sign, right?
Laughing could maybe be a good sign, but Callie's not laughing yet, so probably not good still. I'm staying in the kitchen.
Don't worry. I'm setting places out as Lucas is starting to place out breakfast plates on whatever table or counter that he can make available.
I should. Wow. Actually, I think he he takes like a very deep and serious thoughts. Actually, I think the peacock spirit would be quite satisfied. You should make a challenge to the peacock spirits.
The sound of fuming.
And Tori will whisper to Amara, so you think I'm going to have to explain to her how it works?
Callie comes back out.
Amara, actually I'm gonna roll Amara's intelligence plus streetwise to see if she knows a thing. Well, no, she doesn't know a thing. She has no idea why her cousin would do this. She just thinks he's just a dick.
You know, I promised you I'd find your cousin, and I'm going to hold true to that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to kill him when I see him next.
No, you gotta, do an eye for an eye. Turn him into a chick. Then I could have a cousin Rowena.
Yes, I would find it very entertaining.
Alright, Katori, you're an lieutenant. How do I fix this?
Well, first of all, we would have to know what is the spirit inside his blanket. Because obviously, I guess it comes from the blanket. And then I guess you would have to pay a minutes to this spirit to get back as you were. And he thinks actually, Shelby, if the blanket basically turns you. Well, I guess I wouldn't know. I guess I wouldn't know, or would I get an idea of what kind of spirit would do that with a proper spirit roll?
Actually, do you have any wild lore?
Actually, no.
Then no.
He just, and he shrugs and say, honestly, I don't know what kind of spirit would do that.
Maeve might have been eavesdropping a teeny tiny bit, and from outside the room, because it is not safe, will ask, can't you just, step sideways and see it? Or talk to it?
Well, I don't think
Callie
that
is going to take the blanket. She is going to fold it up, put it in her lap, and she will roll her gnosis to see if she can't commune with the spirit inside of it. 2 successes.
Right? Give me just 1 sec to check something. Sorry, this may take a minute or 2.
Continue to RP while the Callie is in deep meditation with the spirit of the blanket.
Yes.
Yes, do that. Callie, you know the dial tone you hear when you're trying to call someone? That's what's going on right now.
Maeve will poke her head in. Hey, do you, Do you take coffee?
Is the exact response I think you get
From Amara?
from Callie.
Oh, Callie's already got a coffee cup there in reach. Callie's also looking kind of busy. So she'll poke her head in and look to Amara.
Amara just shrugs. Black is fine. Okay. Callie, seeing as the spirit was recently released, you can still find it around here somewhere.
Popping into the Umbra.
Okay.
Oh, I'm following. I want to see where this goes.
Beggy faced at Katori.
Yes.
I don't know what the gauntlet is in here,
Can I go,
but
can I go, can I
Callie
go, can I
has
go?
been doing her best to wild this place up with the constant gardening. I'm hoping it's a 4.
Where's her apartment at exactly?
Close to the sept. Not on the sept, but close.
A few blocks away. Let's go ahead and give us a guess.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
City blocks.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Sweet.
Oh, yes. 5 successes then.
What's the roll?
Gnosis.
Difficulty 4.
54.
Can I take my time with it?
Yay.
I will take a little longer then and tell Lucas, or yell back to Lucas, be right back.
Where are you going?
Spirity stuff.
Looks at the
Alright.
plate of food.
You guys slip into the Umbra, and you see the umbral reflection of the apartment. There's nothing really different about the place, save for there is one additional spirit kind of just lingering around. It appears to have been watching the goings-on.
And what kind of spirit is it?
Well, it kind of looks like a bucket. If you want to roll your spirit lore, you can identify it.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes. Tell me all about it.
Damn, Katori knows everything about this spirit.
Of course.
This particular spirit, Katori, you recognize. Sorry.
Mhm.
You recognize it is a Jagling level spirit. It's not particularly bright or powerful. It is a spirit of holding. They are,
Holding?
yeah, it used to be a bucket, the spirit of a bucket, and it has been tasked with the ability to hold things within it, like a container.
Okay.
Callie's
Boing.
got 1 success, so she's just gonna look to Katori. That's a bucket.
Callie, the spirit of a bucket.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a holder. It's a holding spirit. Not very powerful. Uh, but so to get it right, basically it's a spirit that holds another spirit inside.
It doesn't have to be another spirit. It could be something. It just holds.
Okay. And so, yeah, it's supposed to hold things. But what do we see what it's holding?
Well, it doesn't appear to be holding anything anymore.
Hmm. Good morning, spirit.
The spirit waves its little bucket handle.
You seem to have quite a active night, as I would guess. Would you mind telling us exactly what is it that you were holding?
The bucket, being not a particularly intelligent spirit, just kind of blinks at you a few times and says, "Green."
Green. Hmm. Katori is going to give away a dot of gnosis. Would you actually show me what it looked like, spirit?
The spirit points at the Gnosis and says, "Green," and it eats the Gnosis.
Can I take a minute to examine Callie now that we're in the Umbra and see if there's anything especially changed about her, magically, anyways? If there's spirits on her, if there's anything like that?
Ellie has a penis.
Well,
There's a wood
besides
spirit
obvious.
There is a wood spirit in her
in
pants.
her pants.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Shelly.
You're all terrible, terrible people. No, like magically, is there anything changed from the last time that she saw her
I'm not
in
sure.
the
Morning Woods definitely seems magical, especially when you wake up
Ugh.
with it.
Callie looks perfectly normal, just as a man.
Blink.
You don't see any spirits crawling on her. You don't see anything possessing her.
She'll kind of glance at Katori. Can we do spells? Could it hold a spell or something?
It's obviously not too articulate in its words. Maybe if we jumped up the chain of command 1 or 2 rungs, Katori?
You want me to summon a totem bucket?
Not a totem, but maybe a gatling? Something on the next level up? I can help you with that ritual.
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Actually, Shelby, I would genuinely, as a player, ask the question: what would it change exactly to bring a higher up? Because that's it's not the spirit who did the thing.
You have common sense. What do you have common
Please.
sense? Okay, well, the spirits aren't a perfect hive mind, and with your spirit lore, the question pops into your head, what will summoning more buckets solve?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Callie will look to the bucket. Where
Safe
did you
storage.
take the green? Where did you send the green?
The bucket points to Callie.
So you absorbed the green. Actually,
Gonna
Shelby.
do a sense wild real quick. Or not sense wild, sense worm.
You're more than welcome to. What's up, Damien?
Considering that Uktena is always with us, can I would like to ask the totem, like, what did he perceive about the green thing?
You can use Uktena's bonus for an Enigma's roll to figure out what the fuck the bucket is talking about when it comes to green.
Is there any
Okay.
sort of roll I can make without lores to try to figure out anything?
Wits and Enigmas. What is green?
So what bonuses would I get from Uktena?
You said wits enigmas?
I believe Uktena gives you a bonus to Enigma's rolls.
It doesn't say exactly how much, if I'm correct. Let me check.
Chimera,
Uh,
guys.
yeah, Chimera. Actually, Chimera, but Uktena doesn't really give you any bonuses in that aspect, but he knows stuff. But yeah, we have our dear Chimera.
Okay.
You said wits enigmas, Shelby?
Wits and Enigmas to figure out what green is.
Oh, wits enigmas! I did it.
Gonna, I guess, invoke the 3 dots of enigmas and 1 dot of perception. Hopefully, Katori, you're the one doing that.
We can get 3 dots from.
We can pull 3 dots from Chimera and 1 dot of perception.
So
So what's green?
well, do you want to take them or do you want me to take them?
You take them because you have the bigger dice pool.
Okay. Well, doesn't change anything.
Alright, green. You know that green could mean a lot of things. You know that green could mean wild energies, it could mean gnosis, it could mean spirit powers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that meanwhile on the delirium side, Lucas is serving the one kinfolk who's still in this world breakfast.
Lucas and Amar are talking about how fucking crazy their families are.
Yep.
Katori will actually turn to Kali. Don't your tribe has any way to sense the wild influence?
I really. She's gonna just go over to the quiver that's by the bed and pull out one of the air arrows, snap it, give the air spirit inside a point of gnosis. I need you to do me a favor, little buddy.
The air spirit looks at you. Uh-huh. Who are you?
I'm Callie, just stuff happened. It's a long story. You can thank that one, points to the bucket.
The bucket looks sad.
Oh,
Gonna look
fair,
over at the
fair.
bucket. It's not your fault, little buddy. It's not your fault.
Oh, reassure the bucket. Pat, pat.
Yes.
And then
Gnosis.
I need you to do me a favor and go get Wasp Stinger from the Sept. Can you do that for me, please?
Uh-huh. The air spirit will go off towards the sept. It doesn't stop looking at Callie as it flies away, though. It's like...
Callie's just gonna walk over to a corner and sit down and start to cry.
Maeve will try to offer reassurance and come and settle next to her, and just not necessarily get all up in her shit, but that whole seated next to, close enough that the sides are touching, but not necessarily putting an arm around unless it seems like it'll help.
I think
or
Callie's
is
not very
encouraged.
keen on being touched right now. Like, anytime she's gonna, like, recoil at touch. It's like, no, look away from me. I'm hideous.
Maeve will settle a little bit further.
Actually, I have a question for you, Shelby, considering you're the ST in this thing. Would my ancestor, feared little coyote, have helps me in wild knowledge? Would he or would he not?
Yeah, sure. He can probably help you.
Okay, then I will try to channel little coyote for some wild lore.
Roll them ancestors.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Yeah, look at that.
Oh, shit.
I got now 4 dots. So yeah, Kotori is in his corner, humming in Native American tongue, and he will communicate with little coyote to try and see if there is indeed some wild spirit that would be behind it, or anything that is related to the wild. Oh wow! I love this world.
Right. Little Coyote is more than willing to help you, and with his knowledge, you get a sort of vague impression. You see him, sort of a spiritual version of him, sitting beside you in the Umbra, looking skeptically at the now male Callie and all the information that is before him. What you get from the knowledge of your ancestors, this isn't something that occurred during his lifetime.
Mhm.
In fact, this isn't something that occurred during many, many of the lifetimes that your bloodline boasts. It's a very, very new phenomenon. But you know that it changes physically. It changes minds, it changes plants, and it changes animals. It changes what they are to their very core. And it's a brand new thing. He has no name for it, nor has he ever seen it firsthand.
He's going to turn to Callie and see that she's probably still frustrated.
Callie is gutted at the moment.
Maeve will enact a slow shift, thinking that perhaps Kelly will be more comfortable if she's not decidedly human and feminine, and just kind of drape out in Lupus to where her head's in reach, but still not touching.
I
And
think just the Hamid instinct, so to speak, of when you're sad, an animal makes things better. And then just start slowly patting while having one head buried in his knees.
she'll make sympathetic noises.
Over in the Tellurian, Lucas will hear a knock at the door.
Okay. Lucas is going to go ahead and start to walk over towards the door. He won't unchain the chain quite yet, but he'll go ahead and open it that one ajar and look through the slit. Hello? Can I help you?
You see Wafstinger. She's in her pajamas and she looks very frustrated to have been called all the way out here right now. She sort of raises a hand. Hey, Lucas, is Callie here?
Yeah, 1 second. Closes the door, unhooks the chain, opens it up, gestures you inside. We were just kind of getting ready for breakfast, and then there was a commotion with her, and then they decided to go cross the gauntlet. So they're all in there, but not in there, on the other side. Pointing in the general direction of Callie's room.
Her in the Umbra? Alright, thanks, Lucas. She'll smile over at him and walk over.
Did Dill call out, feel free to take a plate with you?
Oh, yeah, sure. She will take a plate and stick it in her magpie swag, very carefully so as not to get food all over the inside of it.
Yay.
You're a good kid.
Thank you.
Then she'll go over to the bathroom, to the mirror, then to the Umbra.
There's a
And-
giant hole in the wall, by the way, a new one.
Huh, I thought we fixed that. She will, into the Umbra, pull out the food, and sort of carry the plate of food into Callie's room. Is Callie here? She asks, looking around.
Callie just completely deflates. The fact that even Wastinger is completely unable to recognize Callie even in this form was just enough to be like, there's just this really sad groan, just like, oh.
More sympathetic noises. Nose nudges at the hand.
She just looks around, confused. What?
Oh, hey, Webster Uriah.
Hey, Callie. I'm sensing that you're really frustrated right now. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Callie just looks up and is not Callie.
Very frustrated that suddenly you have a wiener and that also your own mama doesn't recognize you. Maybe there's something you could roll.
Perception, empathy.
Roll rage, dummy.
Oh, right. Shit, sorry. It's been a while, okay? Wow! So,
Ooh.
Callie just like rolls her head back and just lets out this like sort of maniacal laugh as clearly sanity is leaving her as the rage is just like, you know what, Callie, come here, I got this. And Maeve, you'll start to notice that Callie starts shifting up into Krynos as she's standing and foam is coming out of her mouth.
Maeve is going to perform
Just
her
great.
signature move of scampering like a bitch and diving under Katori, because that's what you do when things get bad. Dive under someone bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Not literally underneath and knocking him over, but obviously taking shelter behind / underneath because she's dropping to her belly.
I am rolling a d4, a 1 or 4 doesn't count, 1 is Maeve, 2 is Katori, and 3 is Wastinger. Oh, thank Christ.
Well, you always got to try to kill Wastinger.
This is the first time Callie's ever tried to actually throw a legit punch or anything in her direction. So,
It's because she's a
yeah,
douche now and she has an Oedipus complex.
probably. Roll initiative. I hope you have Wastinger's sheet handy.
Meanwhile, at the beginning of the complex,
Buzz, buzz.
buzz, buzz.
You hear the
Should
answer
probably-
from the call of Lucas. Hey.
Hey, can you hit the other button and, let me in?
I'm not sure you want to actually be in here. Apparently, a lot of okay. Callie's mom just came over because Callie's kind of woke up with a problem. I don't think you want to be here.
Unfortunately, that means I have to be here.
Okay. Sorry, man.
Actually, I have no
It's
idea
your,
how to roll initiative.
It's your funeral. Buzz, buzz.
You
1d10 plus dex
die.
plus wit.
It's Dex plus Wits. Krynos is 4, 7, I'm at a 19.
So I got a 7.
Alright.
Alright then. Wastinger is going to look at Callie. Or the male version of Callie that she still doesn't quite recognize as Callie because nobody's informed her. And
Well,
she's
I mean,
look-
you ignored me, so deal with it.
She's going to look at this suddenly frenzying guru, and she is going to point one finger at her and say, kneel. And I'm going to roll.
One of those ones doesn't count because that was
Yes.
from your initiative roll.
Yeah, I know. What is Callie's willpower?
Callie's willpower is 6.
Damn.
Okay. So Callie will be stuck on his knees for 3 turns.
Okay. Callie drops down, like snarling, ripping head side to side, foam coming out of the mouth. Eyes completely yellow, like amber yellow at this point, blotted out by rage. Wastinger, you do see those tufted ears, though.
Wastinger is going to look away from the frenzying male stranger to the Uktina, who appears very amused. What's going on here?
Kotori is actually going to shift into Rhinos, or rather, let me see just for a second. Yeah, he's going to shift for this turn, so stamina prelude. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, and he points to the male while he is taking his harmony flute. Oh, that's Callie, and he's just going to. Uh, I'm going to activate my thing. Yep, activated, and I guess I can't flute right now. Wait. Oh yes, actually I can because it was a reflexive action. So charisma performance. Yeah. You're at rage 5, I guess. Miss, or would you be at rage 6 actually?
Rage
Considering that this is
4.
rage 4. Oh yes, that's right. You gave to Bear. Dun 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 dun. So, not enough success to start to calm you, but I still have time. As Kotori is starting to use his flute, maybe you can probably feel that, yeah, it's cool. Everything is fine. I shouldn't be afraid.
Maeve is chill as fuck right now.
Oh
She's
yeah.
only got 2 rage. She is still, however, very much behind Katori's giant ankles.
Hostinger still looks pretty damn irritated. What do you mean that's Callie?
Like, I went to wake Callie up this morning. That's Callie. That's Callie's clothes in Callie's bed, with Callie's temper. That's Callie.
She turns over. She does see the tufted ears, but it just. A lot still isn't adding up to her. Does anybody know what happened? By the way, Callie, you're done with the kneel at this point.
Oh, god damn it.
Nope, magic blanket. Definitely Callie.
If you'd like to roll your willpower.
I'm good. I'm good. However, as Callie comes out of Trinos, Callie had not dedicated Mega's clothes to her or him. So as Callie shifts down, Callie's just like panting on all fours and completely naked.
Also, if you want to do something, I still have 3 success, so you will have to rage.
Like, no, I think Callie's done with the rage thing. That was a
Aw.
snap moment.
Aww.
God damn it. Callie just starts shivering, and when Callie realizes that Callie is completely nude, immediately shrinks into a fetal position and just starts to weep. It's not fair.
Hostinger sort of reaches over and pats her. Now, don't be cry. Does anybody know what happened?
Mom, fix me. I'm broken. I'm hideous.
And Kotori just raised an eyebrow at the I'm hideous.
Hold on.
Maeve is finally going to shuffle out of the Umbra while this is going on.
Use your words. How did this happen?
Blanket. Rowan. Asshole. Bucket.
Rowan,
Not know what this means.
Rowan
What?
Oak, my tribe mate, I would say probably didn't appreciate the fact that Callie got in Kinfolk Utena, or maybe he was just being Rowan. He apparently gave her this blanket with his spirit, and he points to the bucket. And I asked my ancestor, he doesn't really know what happened. However, she has been changed to the core. It's something that changed everything. So I would probably guess a wild spirit. But that's all I could get from my ancestor.
Wafstinger narrows her eyes. Do you know where this Rowan is right now?
Does Callie know
You
the answer?
actually see. Callie, you know where Pulse of the Prey was heading. You guys actually see for once. Wafstinger is generally very, very cool and in control, but you see a very brief flash of that like primal anger that Gru are known for go through her face.
Callie is going to compose herself, but look up at Wastinger, very, very upset about the nakedness. Malfeas. He's in Malfeas.
Bullshit.
Before we will face
Not
bound.
even he's that stupid.
Oh, just great.
Wafstinger is going to shift into the Tellurian. Lucas, you and the kinfolk that you're having a lovely conversation with will hear very, very angry footsteps approaching.
Maeve
Oh,
is
boy.
actually in the bedroom, back in Hamid, grabbing a robe out of her things to put on Callie's bed for when she/he comes back out.
I think Lucas and the other kinfolk are just gonna go ahead and sidestep, leave her room to go ahead and trounce away, across, whatever. They're coming towards him. Oh, gonna be very attentive, because that's a dear Raya. Very dear Raya. It's very angry.
As you guys are going to take care of Olaf and go be attentive, Wafstinger is going to be grabbing Amara and basically flinging her like a rag doll into the bedroom. You hear yelling, like very angry yelling, of where the fuck is he?
Maeve
And the
exits
sound
the bedroom
confused,
hastily.
terrified, crying Uktena kinfolk. What do you do, Lucas, in this time of fear?
I'm gonna make a willpower roll. Because you are a high-ranking Garu, and you're an Arun. Oh, shit. Quite a number of successes. Okay. Is the door closed?
She
Maeve
definitely
probably just
slammed it
opened.
behind her, but she slammed it so hard it just opened again. There are cracks in it.
Okay, well, I didn't expect this character to go ahead and live very long. Gonna go into the fucking bedroom, look at the scene. How distressed does she look? How angry does she look?
Amara is on her back on the ground, covering her face with her arms, with Wafstinger towering over her, looking like she's about to kill her.
Dear Raya. Try to
There
get
is,
her attention.
you see her take a deep breath, and she looks back at you. What?
Dear Raya, the kin that is underneath you right now is a beloved kin of one of your students and pupils. I do not think that she would very much appreciate her being thrashed and treated like this. Please, my dear Raya.
Give me a charisma expression roll, or charisma
Oh.
leadership, whichever's higher.
I'm spending willpower on this if you want me to, because I will do that. Only 2 successes.
Wafstinger lets go of Amara's hair,
Oh shit.
takes a few steps back from her. Both of you get out of my sight right now.
Oh, rushing over to Amara, grabbing her, trying to lift her up, and we're like getting the hell out of here.
You pass Olaf on your way, who just kind of lets you fucking book it.
Oh yeah, taking the other kinfolk, getting out of here. No, definitely not a place for you to be right now.
Amara is sobbing. Wafstinger looks
Maeve will meet them as they or go out.
In that
Wafstinger looks furious and embarrassed at the same time.
in that case, Olaf whispers an address into Lucas's ear
Oh.
and hands him a shit ton of keys.
Oh, takes the address, takes the keys, rushing over there, because apparently we're doing that now.
Callie is going to step sideways back, covering modesty as
Yeah.
best as possible. And I'm guessing from the setup of the room, she's going to grab the pony blanket off Maeve's bed, wrap it around himself.
There is actually a robe sitting on Callie's bed that Maeve has just left there.
Immediate solution first, better solution second. Going to look at Wastinger. Where's Amara?
She left. If you'd like to roll perception empathy.
Oh, of course. And a willpower.
By the by, what do I need to roll to have the sense not to immediately try to accompany Amara and Lucas?
It's less that you need
Kelly.
sense.
Callie, remember back when you were with Vale and he would tell you stories about his family and how his mom would seem really sorry after beating the shit out of his dad?
Huh?
You kind of recognize the look on Wafstinger's face right now.
As a, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, or I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry.
She's sorry, she's embarrassed, but she's still very angry.
Callie's gonna grab the robe.
You also see some of Amara's hair still like in her hand.
Oh, spending a willpower point, but not. You know what? She's still gonna be pissed. She's actually gonna shove Wastinger, or he rather is gonna shove Wastinger, and just be like, "You put your hands on my mate."
Wafstinger will take the shove, but still stand there very solidly. She's not going to let Callie actually push her back. Listen, whatever that fucking Uktena did, I want it fixed as soon as possible.
You put your hands on my mate. You beat up a woman.
Shut up.
Callie's. Oh, god damn it. Why? You know, Shelby, this isn't one of those situations that I really never wanted to be in. Callie is going to grab a hold of Wastinger's shirt, at like the collar, and try and yank her down. And I'm going to roll a strength and brawl on that one.
And I'm going to roll rage.
And this is how Callie died. Although she's an elder now, so hopefully she doesn't get all tens. I think it takes 3 successes for you to actually frenzy.
Let's see. Let me just look up the frenzy difficulties really quick.
It is the full going on to Gibbous Moon. You need 4 successes
+2 difficulties.
to rage.
5 success plus 5 successes to frenzy, +2 difficulty to frenzy. You're an elder now.
Oh. +5.
Okay. But we're at full moon, it's difficulty 4. That'll bring me up to difficulty 6 to frenzy, and I need 5 successes.
Plus
1,
5.
3.
5 plus.
Okay. She's good, but like you feel that anger, that sort of heat radiate off of her body as you pull her down.
Not all that well, but somewhat effectively. And Kyle, Callie, whatever, is just like glaring at her. This is probably the first time that Callie's ever actually been angry at Wastinger, at least like this. You're fucking better than that, and then pushes her away.
Get off of me.
and I have to roll. I'm gonna roll willpower to see if she doesn't say something. Wow, god damn it.
Say what you will.
Callie is just gonna whisper. It just comes out as a whisper, but she's looking directly at Lostinger at this point. Just like, I never thought that you would be the Fury and the Sept to make Vale Bacchus right.
What is the closest thing to Wafstinger right now?
Dresser, bed, take your pick.
There's a giant cup of coffee in the room somewhere. It's probably not very hot anymore, but it's there. It's Chrono-sized. It's glorious.
Wafstinger puts her fist right through the dresser. And it goes through it as if it were made of like the cheapest, thinnest wood that you have ever seen. And she pulls her hand away. She stands up. I'm sorry.
Callie is immediately after saying it just gonna look extremely guilty and then just hug Lostinger.
All the while, the judging eyes of Olaf are upon you all.
Wafstinger is going to look back at Olaf, and she actually looks very angry at his mere presence. And she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm going to roll some intimidation dice.
Do you mind if I pose with willpower?
Of course, go for it.
Defenders win.
She's pretty damn scary, but you're not going to run off pissing yourself.
Not twice. Well, Raya, I am a member of this pack, and it has come to my attention that the cub here needs walking to here, and from here when it involves the sept. So I come at my normal time.
So why are you still here?
And like Olaf looks, and he still looks like a judgy guy.
Callie is just gonna put a hand on Wastinger's shoulder. Alexandra.
Looks back at Callie. What?
He's part of my pack, and one of my only friends.
Well then, he'll be glad to help us solve this problem, won't he?
Olaf nods.
Callie will notice she sort of stopped clenching her fist a little bit. Good.
Callie's gonna slip her hand in there. Well, his hand in there. Callie's still not registering the difference in gender, other than the fact that the pony blanket is wrapped around the waist, being clung very tightly.
She'll sort of squeeze Callie's hand. Alright. Apparently, whatever happened, she looks at Katori, has something to do with the wild.
This is what I would guess. The bucket spirit keeps referring to grain. It can be many things, but with this changing the very core and the very essence of someone, I would guess for the wild.
While they're talking, Olaf goes to re-secure the door because I'm pretty sure Lucas and Amara, in their panic, didn't bother with that nonsense.
Oh yeah, you get that right.
Wafstinger, Callie, you're right next to Wafstinger. Will you roll me perception alertness, please?
Two successes.
You hear under her breath the sort of surprised look on her face as she's finally come to her senses. You hear her mumble, "The plague?" And she actually stands up. Callie, this is
Huh?
going to sound like an awful idea in your condition, but I think we need to see Pegasus.
Immediately starts looking like, you just literally heard, hey, let's go ahead and run the Death Star trench. Uh, can I check on my mate first, please?
Yeah, you should go see her and make sure she's okay. I'll go back to the Sept and talk to Chases. She looks suddenly very embarrassed again at the mention of Amara and quickly excuses herself.
Olaf doesn't mess with an elder at all, but you get the sense, because he's like the worst liar in the universe, walking past him, that in his Philodox brain, he doesn't know the truth, but this sure shit isn't over. He's not gonna stop her. He's not gonna get in the way of an elder Arun. That's a death sentence. But the detective's mind is already turning its wheels at top speed.
Callie, at this point, something in a frenzy, poor choice of words, but we're going to just go with it, drops the blanket, goes over to what's left of the dresser and starts pulling out clothes, and dresses herself, or at least himself, in the most gender-neutral clothes that Callie can muster. So a pair of cargo capris, ankle socks, a tank top, and a hoodie.
Roughly how big is Callie in her male body?
About 5'6", maybe. Maybe grew a couple inches.
Okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Will one of you who wasn't recently screaming or fighting or just plain freaking out explain to me from the top what just happened?
Maeve pokes her head back in.
So, you want the full story? Cool. Here
I
is the
would
thing.
be honored from Uriah.
There is another lieutenant who was in the Sept named Rowan Oak. And from what I understand, he gave Callie a blanket. A blanket that was either a talent, probably a talent or a fetish. And he just, points to Callie, and that's the result.
Ooh. Well, interesting. How about after the results came about? Give me a timeline here.
He cocks his head on the side as you mentioned timeline.
Callie's grabbed up her phone, or his phone, pacing back and forth, calling someone.
When he doesn't get like a direct answer, it's like, give me the things that happened after people discovered that Callie's body maybe went apparently through some quite drastic changes.
Well, he looks at the clock. Well, not more than an hour ago. I would guess that I would guess that during the night, considering she was still female, could have happened between the time she slept and the time she woke up.
All right, we're getting somewhere. How about the things after she woke up, maybe?
Freak out, panic, all that sort of stuff. Grabbing up a
Yes.
coat and shoving the phone, grabbing Amara's bag, and just putting all of Amara's things in it, slinging it over the shoulder. All right, did any of you see which way she went?
I know
Outside.
exactly where she went, and guess where we're not going until I get to the bottom of this.
Oh,
I just
no.
texted Lucas. They're safe.
Callie is going to look directly at Olaf, and I'm sorry, Olaf, I love you so much, but Callie's first, the second, and fifth thought are all about her mate at this point, considering what she just saw.
Callie, she's
So-
safe. Lucas just messaged me they went to a safe house. He says they're
need
there and they're
to
okay.
see her right now.
Let me message him. And she starts fiddling with her flip phone.
I'm gonna look at Olaf. Please, don't make me pull rank on you. From one friend to another, you have to let me go see her.
Well, Raya, unfortunately, rank is exactly what's at the center of this. And if I don't do my job as a lowly fucking Cleith, I will be the one who is nailed to a tau beam and praying for death for 3 days. So if
What's
you
a
will,
towel beam?
across, Raya.
Long story short, Wastinger's just literally had her mind blown that her daughter is now her son. And the fact that it's Amara's cousin that's at the center of this, I'm guessing that's why Amara's hair was all up in her hands. And I want
She
to make
kinda
sure that my...
Grabbed her. Lucas stopped her though.
I don't even know where to start rolling. Friggin' Truth of Gaia.
No, she came out and she grabbed Amara and dragged her into the room, and Lucas went in while she was yelling and distracted her and managed to get Amara out of the room, and then Olaf gave them some keys and they ran. And Lucas has her and he says she's okay, but I just messaged him and told him to ask Amara if she will call you, and told her that you're very, very worried.
So, are you bullshitting me?
There is no bullshit.
I don't think there's any bullshit anywhere right now.
Alright.
So,
I mean, because, Truth of Gaia only really detects whether or not you think it's true. I'm going to ask the
Callie is
SD...
going to walk out. She is going to follow her nose. That's what she's going to do. No one's helping her find her mate. And she's
Callie,
going out the
maybe
door.
if she didn't answer, she's scared still. It might make it worse. It's kind of shocking, because, you look really different. Maybe give her a minute? I'm sure
Callie
she'll
is out the
follow.
door.
But, looks tempted to follow.
Olaf gives a look at Gatori. I can't even count the number of fucking violations in multiple directions. I can't even count it at this point, Raya. So I'm going to go and make sure that the one place I can send Kin to not get blood murdered isn't compromised. And he walks out the door after Callie.
Callie's using her nose.
Maeve's going to go at least as far as the door and pull out her flip phone again.
Hey, let me set up a neutral place, Raya.
Why are you so worried?
Emotions
You look
are
like...
high. Do you know how we get... In fact, I know you know, because I respect the fact that you are much more older and much higher up on the food chain than me. But do you know how things get around here? Rhetorical
Olaf
question.
just looks at Olaf. Do you think for 1 second I would ever put my hands on her? Ever.
You know,
There is
I
an
never thought
earnest
I'd
look
go
in Callie's face that just belies the absolute terror in her face right now.
Look, However scared you are, I guarantee she is 5 times as scared. We need to handle this very carefully.
Looks over at Olaf, back to Katori, then Maeve. Get her on the phone, please.
I'm trying.
Mm. What you will have to understand is that she is probably very scared, and I know that what you want is to get to her, hug her, and reassure her. But also, you have to realize that Olaf is not there to stop you or to, well, makes you not do the things that your heart wish to do, but you should listen to him as he is Philodox. We will set these things right. But he is still right in the fact that your emotions run hot. You will see her, but you need to calm down.
I am as calm as I am going to be. And again is looking to Maeve expectantly.
She can only read what's there on the text, but considering that the phone wasn't answered, she's going to draw conclusions and say, that lady was very intense, and she was crying when Lucas brought her out. So she might still be scared. She may need time to calm down. I've told him that you want to hear her voice, and that, yeah, it may just take a minute. I know you don't want to wait, but maybe you should wait for her to call and talk to her that way. She knows that you want her to call now, so...
Oh. Callie is going to walk over to the nearest thing she can kick over. Like a...
That poor
News.
trash can never saw it coming.
Never saw it coming. Kicks it right out into the road. I'm going to roll fate dice to see if there's a certain car there. Wow. So lucky Dr. Mega's car was not there. The Pontiac Fiero was not there.
But hey, there's a trash can in the road now. That can end in hilarity. So, it's all good.
Callie's just going to look at the phone. Are you texting Lucas? Did she go with Lucas?
She went with Lucas. He messaged me to let me know that they got there safely.
Call them, please.
She'll put the phone up to her ear. Call.
I don't think it's overly too much to go ahead and assume that several mini blocks away, thank God for the fucking good athletics checks, you go ahead and catch Lucas, the sobbing Amara, right in front of him. He goes ahead and places Amara on a wrought iron fence just for a second as he goes ahead and picks it up. Hello?
Hey. Callie's kind of freaking out. Can she hear Amara crying in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Callie's really trying to run to help her. Is she going to be okay if she does, or does she need to stay here?
I don't think that's an awesome idea. She doesn't need anything than just to refigure herself out, okay?
Can you call me as soon as she's a little calmer and let me know at least?
Callie is literally at this point right on top of Maeve.
She expects that. Can you call me as soon as she's calmed down some?
No, please.
Callie, she's
Trying
crying.
to be as polite as she possibly can.
She goes, Callie, I can hear her crying still. She's going to need a minute.
Just... Gonna say over the phone, can you put it on speaker and put it in front of Amara, please?
Maeve will listen for an answer. Hers is not on speaker.
Lucas is going to go ahead and put the cell phone to his chest so that the receiver doesn't pick up.
Yep.
Look at the Amara and simply ask her, you know we're going to a safe place. You know we're going to a safe place. You know that things are kind of hot right now. Can I ask you just for a little something?
She looks at him. What is it?
I need you, and this is just like a personal favor to me. I would owe you everything, and I know I have no right to ask this of you, but can you please tell Callie that you're all right and that you're safe? She wants to hear it from you.
Okay.
And don't worry about anybody else. This is between you and Callie, all right?
She nods, sort of wipes her face a little.
Okay. Lucas is not going to put it on speaker. He's just going to go ahead and hand it over.
She'll
Maeve is
take
still listening.
it. Okay.
Callie is going to.
Here. And she hands it over so Callie doesn't fucking, mow her over.
She would never mow Maeve over.
Hey, her enthusiasm right now, it's strong.
It is.
So she'll pass over the phone.
Kotori will point to people to actually leave some room for Callie.
Callie's going to walk back to her stoop and leave the others behind, and she's just going to say in the softest voice that he can muster, Mara, are you okay?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to assume that you probably don't want to see me right now, and that's okay. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Don't think I am. Like, she could have fucking killed me.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. It already happened, didn't it?
Look, whatever this is, I need...
Look, I'll call you later, okay? I really don't want to revisit this right now.
Alright. I have your stuff. What do you want me to do with it?
I don't know, just... I guess just leave it at the apartment.
I promise you that this will not go unanswered. She might be my mentor, she might be family, but you're the person I care about most on this planet right now.
Look, I'll call you later, okay? I love you.
Love you too. And then closes the phone and just sits there on the stoop, folded over, rubbing the back of his neck, hair hanging over his knees.
Meanwhile, there's a whispersation with Katori going on between Olaf and him. Okay, Raya, I'm gonna break it down like this. I can't even begin to tell you how fucking explosive this situation just got. We've got the warder of the frontline sept of the entire East Coast in a beef over a kin of another tribe, no less, with a fucking elder. If this gets handled incorrectly, if I miss one detail, or if that safe house gets compromised, we're fucked. Now, I'm gonna do my best to keep that place a secret. And I'm going to do my level best to try to get a truth out of someone who is likely traumatized for the rest of her life. I know I would be if I were her, and a fucking Arun threw me into a room and got ready for the throating. I'm asking you, the existence of the safe house, keep that to yourself. Keep Callie keeping it to herself, and above all, keep Maeve keeping it to herself. I keep that apartment under a different name for a reason.
And Kotori, smiles and say, well, you're following Utena, keeping secrets. That's kind of what we do.
But then I'm glad that I'm following Big Brother.
He nods. This is still unacceptable.
It is completely unacceptable. Like I said, I can't even count the number of litany violations that just happened in the course of, I don't know, an hour, 5 minutes.
Ouch!
Now,
Your emotions.
Vigilant Blow getting used to his new body.
Callie is making his way over. Just looking distraught, face drawn, hand just like literally just deposits the phone in Maeve's hands, walking past her.
Maeve continues to sit at the kids' table, aka about 10 feet from everyone who's having whisper conversations.
And she walks right between Olaf and Katori, heading towards the sept.
Raya, I need you to get a handle on your beta. I'm gonna try to handle the rest of this shit.
My beta?
Oh, he's still talking to Gattori. Him and Gattori are like practically making out.
Yeah. And Kotori is going to follow Callie.
Meanwhile, Olaf, where's Maeve hanging out?
She's just chilling. Like, they walked out onto the sidewalk, and then Callie went one way to sit on the stairs to the building, and then the other two stepped aside to have a conversation, and she's just kind of sitting there, slowly reaching critical mass, looking frustrated.
Olaf looks at Maeve. Hey, come here. Come here.
She comes here.
Okay, so obviously morning training, little fucked. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in the apartment, and you're gonna do some push-ups and sit-ups. Frankly, just build up a sweat or something. Shower off. I or somebody else will be back around in the afternoon for whatever it is you do.
I want to help.
You are going to be helping, because we're going to play the secret game.
I can keep a secret.
Well, you're already winning then. Now do as I say and go in the apartment while I clean this up.
She'll get that stubborn expression that he's growing more and more familiar with, but she'll go inside.
Olaf sighs to himself and then and takes a look around to see if there's anybody like around him because he's out on the sidewalk.
Callie is saying over the pack link, I'm going to see Wastinger. I'm going to try and convince her to do the right thing. I don't think it'll be a problem.
You should leave her some space to think about it first.
She turns around and looks at Katori. Have you ever been in love?
He makes a pause. I guess you're talking about. Mm, you're not talking about love as brother and sisters.
No, I'm not.
Hmm, I might have.
I love Alexandra like she's my mother. She has called me her daughter on multiple occasions. But Amara is the person that I have chosen, and who has chosen me to be with me, presumably for a very long time. And she put her hands on my kinfolk. I'm going to go to her and ask her to present herself to Morningkill.
So, you
If you
want right now. You want right now to go to the Arun Elder who made probably one of the biggest mistakes of her life, where she attacked the lover of the one that she considers her daughter, and you're going to go to her while she's in this state of shame and anger to ask her that she do the right thing. I'm not saying that you should delay too much this, but just as just as Amara needs space, I believe that right now the best thing that you should do is actually let Stinger cool down and think about what she did. And then we need to handle this down quietly, at least for
Callie
now.
looks at Katori. Is that an order from my alpha?
Should I?
That's up to you. But I know what it's like to be alone with your self-loathing.
Hmm.
It's one thing to be afraid because somebody else did something to you. It's another thing to be afraid because you did something. And she doesn't have the crutch of falling to the worm like I did. If nothing else, she needs someone there.
Kotori is going to look at you with a very intense look. Do you truly and wholly believe that this is the right course of action for you and your mother?
I don't have any clue, to be honest. But I can only say about how I've felt in that situation. And if we're anything alike, not having anyone there to comfort you is worse than anything else.
Hmm. Some might say by being alone and up to your thoughts is actually the best medicine. But you know Wasp Stinger, but I will not. I. This is a very complicated situation, and it could go out of hand. I will, as you are your warder and your neighbor, so I will trust you to do the right thing. But if you can't keep your head cool, and if things get out of hand, and he just, you know, Livitz, he doesn't add anything. He's very serious about it.
It won't come to that.
For both your sakes, I hope so.
And Callie will stick his hands into his now very small pockets, and sort of start a jog towards the sept, or towards the apartments near the sept, to go track down Wastinger.
Olaf is away from the apartments right now. He's actually headed towards the subway station. Y'all remember that crappy prepay phone he used to have before Emmett gave him that really sweet phone? I remember that thing?
Oh yeah.
It comes out of his pocket, and he dials the number from his smartphone that he knows he has for Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Ring, ring, buddy. Unrecognized number, though.
Ring, ring, unrecognized number. Thank God he's nowhere that's actually... Thank God he's not exactly towards the safe house quite yet, on transit, en route. Goes ahead and picks it up. What's up?
Is the passion... God, I've been having all the pronunciation problems today.
Oh yeah.
Is the package secure?
Package secure, on transit, radio silence at the destination, since I don't want to compromise by electronics.
Good man, good man. All right, after you get it there, there's a temple in that area. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get to that area. I think it's called... oh yes, that's right. Peaceful Lotus. I will meet you there after you are done making sure that she stays in one place, secured.
Package will be secure. The place will be secure. Radio silence lift when at the temple, okay?
All right, see you there. Don't call this number again.
Never.
And he dumpsters the prepay.
Click. Battery comes out, and we have radio silence from Lucas.
Olaf's smartphone gets batteried as well.
I guess at that point, that's when Wastinger hears keys turning the locks in her door.
You're at Wolfstinger's apartment.
Unless she was at the sept first.
She said that she was going to go talk to Chase's.
Okay, so then the sept is where she'll go. She'll have done like a quick jog around the sept before going into the Umbra and tracking down her beloved. No, wait, she's got Pulse of the Prey. She's going to follow Wastinger to right where she is.
Okay.
What the hell am I talking about?
Wolfstinger's not hiding, although she probably hasn't gone to talk to Chase's yet. She's in the Black Fury training ground beating the shit out of a dummy.
Didn't really take you for the kind of remedial martial arts.
Not really focused on martial arts right now. She sort of stops and turns around. What are you doing back here? Aren't you supposed to be with Amara?
Amara's... She'll sigh. You're smart enough to know what condition Amara's probably in right now.
Sorry. I shouldn't have put my hands on her.
No, you shouldn't have, but... we all make mistakes. I need to know one thing. Were you going to kill her?
No. Fuck no. I'm gonna kill her. I was trying to find out where her cousin was, and I don't know, somewhere in confronting her, I forgot they're not as sturdy as we are.
What are you going to do?
Pegasus won't deal with it.
Callie will come over and sit down on a bench near the probably very sad-looking training dummy.
Oh, yeah.
We can fix this. Everything.
I can't undo what I just did.
No,
Saying sorry isn't going to fix it this time.
you can't. Just fix it by being sorry. But you're not the first Garu to lose their temper. Not the first Garu to put their hands on a kinfolk and not mean it. I don't think you're like... She'll sigh. You're not like Vale's mother. I know that about you.
Does intention really matter at this point? Whatever I intended, however sorry I am, I still put my hands on a woman. I put my hands on your woman. Sorry.
And when she's ready, and Callie will stand up and put a hand on Alexandra's shoulder. When Amara's ready, I'll perform soothing scars on her. And I think it would only be right that if she's willing to have you there, that you both go through it together.
I don't know if she'll want to see me. I wouldn't want to see me.
She loves me. I love her.
I'm supposed to be one of the people protecting her. How do you know she'll trust any of us again?
I don't. I'm going to trust that my mate believes in me.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to begin making up for this.
Then I'm going to ask you that we fix that before we fix me.
I don't think it's a quick fix. It won't be easy.
It never is, ever. What did you have in mind in the first place?
Look, I've heard rumors of a plague that changes things, forces them into new forms, and the thing that your packmate was describing sounded a lot like it. If anyone can give us the answers we need, it's Pegasus.
We're in the Fury grounds. Maybe the Fury homeland.
I was gonna ask Chase's permission to see if Pegasus wouldn't come here, seeing as how urgent it is.
Well, I have right of the homecoming. I can go there instantly.
Then we can both go. But I don't think I'm in any state to see your tribal totem right now.
Callie nods as he just takes Wastinger's hand to bring Wastinger down to her knees.
Stinger just looks confused.
Callie is going to gather some sticks, various things together, and Callie's going to pull some incense out of her bag, some scented candles, take out an iPhone, put off some soft, gentle music, and begins to offer prayers to mothers across the world. That these memories of Wastinger's inadvertent abuse to be drawn out of her. And I will roll for, I guess, the right of accord. So that would be, I have no idea what that would be. Charisma and Rituals, difficulty 7. So that's 5 dice. Difficulty 7. We'll spend a willpower point on it. And get 2 successes. Callie's not even sure if it will work, but the right doesn't necessarily state it outright that it can't be used in this way if someone did something that they normally wouldn't do. But Callie will hopefully take every memory of this symbolically and cast it into the purifying fires of the candle. Doesn't rid them out of her mind inherently, but does begin the long road to spiritual healing without a fall backward into a vicious cycle of self-degradation.
Thanks, Callie.
Callie will lean forward, hug Alexandra as tightly as possible. I need a new name now, I think.
She looks at her. What do you mean?
Sits back on his heels and points to himself.
Look, whatever this thing did to your body, you're still you. Still Callie. You're still my daughter. You're still a daughter of Pegasus.
Callie is going to test that by summoning the bow and rolling Gnosis to see if it still activates for her. Does it still activate?
What's the difficulty of the bow?
Off the top of my head, I know it's under a 7.
Okay. Yeah, it'll activate.
Yeah, it's difficulty 5, so that was 4 successes. Callie lets out a very heavy sigh. Okay. We're okay. I'm not up to snuff on a lot of these matters. I don't know how the litany is going to be interpreted in situations like this. But I believe you when I
What do you
say I believe you when you say you didn't mean to do this.
Look, there are going to be consequences no matter what, and I'm willing to accept them.
You just promised me you're not going to do anything stupid. Don't pull a Callie.
So what now?
We heal, work on this situation, commune with Pegasus when we can. That's all we can do. And hopefully in time Amara will be ready to see me. And then we go from there.
Alright. I'll come get you when it's time to go see Pegasus. Until then, be careful.
Callie gets a smirk. I'm always careful.
No, you're
If you
not.
truth of guide that, there would be literally like 1,000 alarms going off.
Put your hands on Callie's shoulders. And whatever this thing did to you, you don't have to pick a new name. You don't have to pretend that this is who you are.
I know.
Fight tooth and nail to make sure that nobody sees you this way.
Wait, what?
She is totally referring to as a man.
Wait, I'm confused. Do you want me to mask my physical presence or more on a medical?
Do whatever you think is necessary. But if anyone tries to tell you that you're not a daughter of Pegasus because of what happened, then they'll have to come see me. Alright?
And when we do find Rowan, wherever the hell he is, are you going to look the other way when I repeatedly smash my heel into his testicles?
Callie, I'm going to throat him myself.
Good to know. Just don't do any permanent damage. He's... At some point, he may end up being family.
It's your request.
And Callie gets up, looks at the capris on a guy's legs. These really look horrible now.
You'll have to borrow clothes from your father, I guess.
I already did. Oh god, I put another hole in the wall. Alright. Callie will hug Alexander one last time before walking off.
While Stinger will hug her back.
And unless there's anything else that anybody needs...
Yeah, my stuff is probably gonna have to take a separate scene up, like all to its own.
Joy! Then I guess we can call that a scene.
Somebody outro it.
Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. Go ahead and end this fairly fantastic scene where things went totally and utterly awry from where we originally went ahead and intended it. We've seen Raid, we've seen Will, we've seen all manner of confusing emotions, conflicting gender bending. Oh dear lord, I love this game so much. There you go. Have a good night, people.